Hello guys, in today's video we are going to be discussing i segnali di pericoli. I segnali di pericoli. Remember that we are currently done with the chapter 1 of this textbook, Strada. We started from episode 1 to episode 16. But in today's video we are going to begin with i segnali di pericoli. Chapter 2 of this textbook, SIDA, Manuale della Patente A and B. I segnali di pericoli are pre-avviso that notify you that in 150 meters, danger is ahead of you. Be careful. If you are not be careful, you will meet this danger suddenly and it may cause damage to you and your vehicle. These are signs of i segnali di pericoli. They are signboards in a form of triangles that notify you that in 150 meters, if you are not be careful and regulate your speed and reduce your speed, you will meet a danger. Whenever you see this signboard with yellow color inside that triangle, it means work in progress, lavoro in corso. It does not mean you cannot overtake. It does not mean you cannot stop or talk to someone. But in today's video, we are going to be discussing strada disformata. This is one of the signs of i segnali di pericoli. It's called strada disformato. This is triangle of i segnali di pericoli that notify us that in 150 meters, there is a bad road ahead of us. It is called cattivo strada, distetata, con pavimento irregolare. All this means that bad road. The road is not sexy. High road is totally bad. And there is always 150 meters ahead of us just to notify you that reduce your vehicle, reduce the speed of vehicle. That does not mean that you cannot overtake. That does not mean you should not speed. But it's only telling you that reduce the speed of your vehicle. Whenever you see this signboard with i segnali di pericoli, strada disformata, does not mean you cannot park, you cannot stop, or you cannot overtake. Or whenever you see this signboard with yellow color inside that triangle of strada disformata, it means work in progress, lavoro in corso. It does not mean you cannot overtake. It does not mean you cannot stop or talk to someone. What this signboard is only saying is that be careful. There is bad road ahead of you. In 150 meters, there is bad road ahead of you. In your exam, they will ask you, can I overtake in this road? Can I park? Or can I talk to someone? Yes, you can park. You can talk to someone and you can overtake. So be careful. If not, you might end up in causing damage to the people and the car that you are driving. These are some of these things we are going to be discussing in this chapter, in this chapter 2 of this textbook. So if you have your friend, if you have a brother that is doing patente B that do not understand all these things, invite him now, share this video to him, because I'm going to be exposing everything you do not understand about this textbook in a form of play, and you will understand it the same way you do not understand them in your school. Now invite them, watch this video, share this video so that you will also help others that are doing their driver license. This is the reason why I bring all these things to your doorstep. Invite them now. I'm going to expose all this textbook, the things you have never had. i segnali di pericoli, we are going to start it and end it together. See you in my next video. Hello guys. In today's video, we are going to be discussing i segnali di pericolo dosso. I segnali di pericolo dosso. In my last video, episode 1, the chapter 2 of this textbook, SIDA, Manuale della Patente A and B, the chapter 2, because we finished with the chapter 1. Started from the road, episode 1 to episode 16, the chapter 1 of this textbook. Now we are in chapter 2 of this textbook. And now we are in segnali di pericoli. In today's video, we are discussing i segnali di pericolo dosso. And in my last video, I said i segnali di pericoli are pre-avviso. Pre-avviso means they notify you that in 150 meters, there is danger ahead of you. And all these signboards under i segnali di pericoli, they are all 115. It means that in 150 meters ahead of you, there is danger ahead of you. If you are not be careful, you might cause damage to your car or to you or to the people you carry in your car. Now, in today's video, we are talking about dosso. Dosso, i segnali di pericolo dosso. I segnali di pericolo dosso. We all know it, but we don't know the name. In this video, you are going to know the name and you will know the definition so that in your quiz, you will not have any problem. I segnali di pericolo dosso is what we regard as that speed breaker. That speed breaker. We all have it in our various roads close to our apartment, our working place, roads where accidents often happen, so that it will enable the cars that are coming to. Sometimes it's very close to attraversamento pedonale, attraversamento ciclabile, to enable them to slow down and give way to the pedestrians, which is the pedonali, and ciclabili that are crossing the main road, the carreggiata. That is what we regard as dosso. Dosso could either be artificial or natural. Let me define what it means by dosso. Dosso è un segnale di pericolo, cioè che una salita seguita da una discesa. What this means that a road that you climb and you come down to go your way. And it could either be artificially or naturally. It means that it could either be made, it could either be placed on the carreggiata so that it will allow the pedestrians or the ciclabili to pass safely, so that all the vehicles that are coming will be able to slow down, allow the attraversamento ciclabili, which is the bicycle that are crossing the carreggiata, and the pedonali, attraversamento pedonali that are crossing the carreggiata to pass safely. It could either be artificial. When it is artificial, it means in that place, accident is very prone in that area. So they have to put it there so that it will enable the vehicle to slow down, to allow the people that are passing to pass. When it is natural, it means that road is naturally like that. Nobody tampers with it. Remember that I told you that un preaviso. Preaviso means it notifies us. 150 meters ahead of us, there is dosso. Dosso is a speed breaker. There's un dosso, cioè è una salita seguita da una discesa, which that you climb and come down and go wherever you are going to. It will enable you to slow down your vehicle. I'm going to be differentiating il segnale di strada disformata, il segnale di dosso, and il segnale di cunetta. They are almost identical. They are almost the same. È assolutamente vietata effettuare la sosta. It means that you cannot stop on top of dosso. You cannot park car on top. But sometimes you can only overtake when the road is only you that is going the roadside. Nobody, no other vehicle are coming from the front. That is what it means by il segnale di dosso. Please, the only thing you can do for me is just to share this video so that it will also help others that are doing their Italian driver license, because you need to understand all these things. It will enable you for your quiz to know more of what you are going to meet in your exam. See you in my next video. Hello guys. In today's video, we are discussing il segnale di pericolo cunetta. Il segnale di pericolo cunetta. If today is your first time watching my video, we are in chapter 2 of this textbook. See that manually della patente A and B. We finish from the chapter 1, strada, from episode 1 to episode 16, where I talk about all types of strada. If you have not watched those videos, go and watch them on Facebook, Brother Francis TV. All the videos are there. On TikTok, Francis TV. Facebook, Brother Francis TV. On TikTok, Francis TV, so that you'll be able to understand all the videos I did about this textbook. The chapter 1 where I started, and we are in chapter 2, episode 3 of this video. Segnali di pericoli, a preavviso. Preavviso means they notify you that in 150 meters, there is danger ahead of you. And all these signboards under the segnali di pericoli, they are all 115. It means that in 150 meters ahead of you, there is danger ahead of you. If you are not be careful, you might cause damage to your car, or to you, or to the people you carry in your car. In today's video, we are discussing il segnale di pericolo cunetta. What does it mean by cunetta? Cunetta is what we regard the underground bridge of the road. Sometimes you see that there are roads on top and there is roads under the ground. It's normally found where the train pass, where the train track pass. The train will be on top while the road will passes the underground. That is what we are discussing. It's called cunetta. For those of now that are doing quiz, for those of now that are doing this quiz, I want you to know this. You don't just do the quiz without knowing what you are doing. That is what we are discussing today. It's called cunetta. Now, let me define what it means by cunetta. Cunetta è una discesa seguita da una salita. What this means is that road whereby you first of all go down. It's a sloping road, then you climb the road, because there is already a bridge, the same level with the ground. They have to make the road a sloping ground and a climbing road. It's just like you coming down and you climbed, because there is already rope at the top. Now, let me tell you, cunetta is almost the same with dosso. Just that the dosso, you have to first of all climb, then you come down. And in my last video, I said dosso as una salita seguita da una discesa. This means that you first of all climb in dosso, then you come down. But in this video, cunetta, it means you go down first before you climb, because there is already road at the top level where the train pass, or strada estrobana that passes the on top of the road. This is what it means by cunetta. For those of now that are doing quiz, this is where you pay attention, because cunetta si puoi allagare. When there are heavy rainfall, you can find a lot of water accumulated in cunetta. This is what it means by allagare. Whenever the rain fall and the cunetta accumulated a lot of water and dirty and you pass it there, make sure you washes your car before you go to the public road. It's against the law that you goes outside there. For those of now that are doing quiz, you goes outside the public road with dirty vehicle. It is not forbidden that you overtake in cunetta. If there are linear discontinua, you can overtake. And it's senso unico, you can overtake. Absolutely, you can overtake. When it is doppio senso di circolazione, and the line in the middle of that road is continua, you cannot overtake, because you may not have all the clear sight to complete the overtaking. So it's absolutely forbidden for you to overtake when there is a straight line, linear continua, strisce continua. You may not have the necessary sight to complete the overtaking. This is why it's not forbidden that you overtake, but you can only overtake when there is linear discontinua. It means that you have all the sight to complete the overtaking. And you can overtake when it is senso unico. It means you have the space. It's different coesie dentro. It means you can overtake. When it is doppio senso di circolazione, with linear continua, you cannot overtake in this road. In my next video, I will be differentiating the difference between dosso, strada disformata, cunetta, because they are almost the same. In your quiz, they will define another sign and put another picture. Then, for your mind, you will say, I know this. Why did I fail it? These are some of the errors that we made whenever we go for our quiz, our exams. The only thing you can do for me is to share this video so that it will also help others that are doing their driver license. See you in my next video. In today's video, as I promised in my last video, we are going to be discussing the differences between the segnali di pericoli, strada disformata, dosso, and cunetta. If today is your first time watching my videos, we just finished from the chapter 1 of this road, where we define all types of the road from episode 1 to episode 16. Now we are in chapter 2 of this textbook, segnali di pericoli. We are talking about the differences between the segnali di pericoli, strada disformata, dosso, and cunetta. For you to be able to understand all the videos I did about the strada and segnali di pericoli, go and watch all those videos on Facebook, Bra Francis TV, TikTok, Francis TV, so that you'll be able to understand. Segnali di pericoli are pre-avviso. Pre-avviso means they notify you that in 150 meters, there is danger ahead of you. And all these signboards under segnali di pericoli, they are all 115. It means that in 150 meters ahead of you, there is danger ahead of you. If you are not be careful, you might cause damage to your car or to you or to the people. These three signboards are most confusing signboards in segnali di pericoli because they almost look the same. And whenever you go for that your exam, they will define one and put another signboard among these three signboards and you will get confused. That's why I have to do this video so that you'll be able to understand the difference between all these signboards. Whenever you are traveling, you see this kind of signboard along the roadside with two bulbs inside. It means they pre-avviso you that a 150 metri c'è una strada cattiva distatata con pavimento irregolare. It means that in 150 meters ahead of you, there is a bad road, total bad road. That road is not sexy. The surface of that road is totally bad. Remember we said it's pre-avviso. They already warned you ahead of the danger. This is what this bulb, two bulbs mean inside. With this segnale di strada disformata, non è vietato effettuare la fermata, la sosta, il sorpasso, evasione di marcia or retromarcia. It means that with this bad road, it's not forbidden that you cannot stop and talk to someone, that you cannot park, that you cannot overtake, or you cannot use your vehicle, go back, or you cannot do U-turn. You can do all these things. Only if you can control your vehicle, you do not experience sbandamento and slintamento. Sbandamento means your vehicle do not bend or about to tumble, while slintamento means do not draw. So if you can manage your vehicle in this strada disformata, it means everything is okay. Now, the second one is segnali di pericolo dosso. Dosso is also pre-avviso that tell you that in 150 meters, there is danger where you could either climb the road and come down. This time around, you climb this road and come down. It means that in 150 meters, if you are not be careful, there is an artificial speed breaker that may relent you from going to where you are going to. You might carry the brake so that you pay attention because accidents are prone in that area. So relate the speed of your vehicle so that you will be able to control your vehicle. If not, by the time you jump in and come down like this, you might cause damage to your vehicle. Now, it could either be artificial. When it is natural, it means nobody tampers with that road. That is how the landscape is. When it is artificial, it means they put that speed breaker in that particular spot. Let me tell you things you should know about this. Now, è assolutamente vietata, effettuare la fermata, la sosta, on top of that, you cannot do retromarcia, you cannot do inversione di marcia. Now, on top of that speed breaker, or the natural road, by the time you are doing these things, there might be a vehicle that are coming by the downside or the front side that do not see you. Then there might be an accident. That's why it's assolutamente vietato effettuare la sosta, la fermata, anche il sorpasso. Absolutely forbidden that you do all these things on top of dosso. But you can do this. You can only do this when it is senso unico and there is two coesia. One lane here, one lane. All the vehicles are going to senso di circolazione. They are going to the same lane. But you can also do it when there is doppio senso di circolazione and have up to about 2 to 3 coesia. Then the other side, 2 to about 3 coesia, all the vehicles are going to senso direzione. That is what it means that you can overtake in dosso. Now, the third one is cunetta. Cunetta è un segnale di preavviso. It also tell you that in 150 meters, una strada, cioè che una discenza che la salita. It means that first you go down, then you climb. Even other vehicles that are coming the other side have to go down and climb. That is what it means by cunetta. È vietato effettuare retromarcia, inversione di marcia, and il sorpasso, la sosta, la fermata. They are all forbidden. You stop to talk to someone in cunetta. You park your car. It's forbidden. You cannot overtake. You can only overtake when it is senso unico and it's also about 2 to 3 coesia and you have all the space to be overtaken. There is no obstacle there. There is no bend road. If you can overtake when it is senso unico. It means that there are 2 to 3 coesia inside that senso unico. And in doppio senso di circolazione, there is 2 to 3 lanes in senso unico di direzione, and the other side of it, there is 2 to 3 lanes in senso di circolazione, which is there is boundary in the middle, and there is linear discontinua in wherever you want to overtake. If it is linear continua, it means you cannot overtake. Now, these are what it means by strada disformata, dosso, e cunetta. Now, if you are coming and you find out that all the signboard you find in this road, they are all yellow, it means at that particular moment that you are passing that road, they are currently doing the road. It means that the yellow signboard tells you that where you are going to, in 150 meters, they are currently working on that road. Lavoro in corso, work in progress. That is what it means by dosso, strada disformata, and cunetta. Please, the only thing you can do for me is to help me to share this video so that other people will also benefit from this. Other people that do their Italian driver license. See you in my next video. In today's video, we are discussing I segnali di pericoli Curva. I segnali di pericoli Curva. Today is your first day watching my videos. We are done with the chapter 1 of this driver license book. SIDA, Manuale della Patente A and B. Now we are in chapter 2. I segnali di pericoli Curva. In my last video, I differentiate the difference between I segnali di pericoli, strada disformata, dosso, e cunetta. In today's video, we are going to be explaining I segnali di pericoli Curva. In episode 1 of this chapter, I segnali di pericoli, we define I segnali di pericoli a preavviso. Preavviso means they notify you that in 150 meters, there is danger ahead of you. And all these signboards under I segnali di pericoli, they are all 115. It means that in 150 meters ahead of you, there is danger ahead of you. If you are not be careful, you might cause damage to your car or to you or to the people you carry in your car. I segnali di pericoli, we define I segnali di pericoli as preavviso. Preavviso means to notify you that in 150 meters, there is danger ahead of you. Make sure you pay attention so that you may not meet that danger suddenly. It's to tell you that along the roadside, there is always a signboard. If it is road that is very bad, they will put the signboard that ahead of you, there is a bad road. In 150 meters, make sure you maintain so kilometers so that you may not meet this danger suddenly. Now, in today's video, we are going to be discussing I segnali di pericoli Curva. Curva is also one of the segnali di pericolo that we found. Is mostly found on the mountainside, a road where there are curves, a road where there are mountains. Curva in English means curve, a curve road, corner road. That is what we are discussing today. In most cases, when you are passing on the curve road, there are things you should do and there are things you should not do. One of them is that it's highly prohibited that you don't overtake. È vietato non fermarsi, la sosta, il sorpasso, il retromarcia, and invasione di marcia. On curve road, on a curve road, you don't need to park. On a curve road, you don't need to stop to talk to someone. You don't need to park. You don't need to overtake. You don't need to do U-turn because you missed the road. You want to do U-turn and go. You can't do all these things. You cannot do retromarcia. Retromarcia means to go back with your vehicle. Maybe you missed the road where you are supposed to corner to. Then you have to go back more to enter that road. You can't do all these things in curve road. Now, let me show you things you mostly found when you go for your exam or when you are doing your quiz, so that whenever you go back to that your quiz, you will not make that mistake again. Whenever you are traveling with your vehicle, your motorcycle, your bicycle, you found this signboard along the roadside. It means that in 150 meters ahead of you, there is danger. This signboard simply means that there is curve on the right hand side of the road. This means on the right hand and this means on the left hand side. At 150 meters ahead of you, there is curve on the right hand side and pass the road with careful. These are mostly added to segnali di pericoli. This thing you see under, they are mostly added to segnali di pericoli, and it is called integrato or integrativa or integrativo. This integrativo added more information to this pericolo. It means from where that signboard are to where you are going to meet the danger is 320 meters. This is what it means. Because to this, you can see that this integrativo and this integrativo, they are a little bit kind of changed because there is arrow inside this box. Integrativo, there is arrow. These are where you are supposed to pay attention for those of us when they do quiz. And those of us that are going to write our exam very soon. Why this integrativo with arrows? Both this arrow is telling us that the longness where the danger is as long as 320 meters. This is what this one means. For those of us that are doing this quiz, I want you to pay attention here because in most cases, in your quiz, they will put this segnali di pericolo curva and put this integrativo added together. When they add this integrativo tornante, it means that curve is just one. Tornante means they are telling us the information about that road. Tornante means only one. Now, whenever we see this integrativo with this curve, about 2 to 3 curve, then we also add this tornante. Tornante simply means it's more than 2 to 3 curve. It's more than 2 to 3 curve. Why tornante means only one curve? Why this one means is more than 2 to 3 curves. Tornante. You can see to yourself. Now, in this road, è assolutamente vietato effettuare la sosta, la fermata, il sorpasso, retromarcia, invasione di marcia. What this means is that it's absolutely prohibited that you stop to talk to someone, you park, you overtake, or do U-turn. But you can also do some of them, like you can overtake. Just overtaking. When it is senso unico with different lanes inside, with different cohesia inside, you can overtake. All the vehicles are going to the same direction. Now, you can also overtake in doppio senso di circolazione, even inside the curve. When it is doppio senso di circolazione, and each senso di circolazione have up to about 1 to 3 lane cohesia dentro. All the senso di circolazione go this side where the spartitraffico separated. So spartitraffico means that boundary inside the road that differentiates this carreggiata and the other carreggiata. Now, in this carreggiata, you have up to about 1 to 3 cohesia inside senso di circolazione, and the other carreggiata. Then after the spartitraffico, the other carreggiata have up to about 1 to 3 cohesia lanes inside. You can overtake. Please, the only thing you can do for me is to help me to share this video so that it will also help others that are doing their Italian driver license. Thank you. See you in my next video.